All right, welcome back, everybody. This is episode 8 of Around the Wiffle Horn. Today we have another team in here, and this team is not from New York, not just from New Jersey, but they're from all around the PA-NJ area. And today we want to welcome Earl. Very nice to have you guys on the show today.
Thanks, bud.
Yo, thanks, food. What's going
Thanks,
on, man?
bud.
So we'll go around the horn real quick. We've got Chris Red Sarno on the top left. We got Danny Whitener down in Virginia on the bottom left. We've got Johnny Wiffs Costa on the bottom right. From New Jersey, and we have the slumlord himself, Connor C.Y. Dogshitbum. Connor Young.
Yeah.
Scumlord.
Scumbag.
Scumlord.
My mistake. What did I call you? Scumbag? Whatever.
Nobody cares.
All right, welcome to the show. So let's just go around the horn and introduce yourselves better than I did, I guess. So we'll start with you, Red.
Well, you want me to introduce myself?
Yeah, bro. Who are you?
All right. I'm Red. I am the son of Sarno, also Chris Sarnowski. Everyone likes to call me a junior, but I am, in fact, not a junior. So I've been playing Golden Stick now for how many years? Like 7, 8 years, and it's been a good time.
Yeah,
got an MVP under my belt. A lot more than Connor will ever have in his life.
Nice.
That is definitely for damn sure. I agree with that. All right, Mr. Danny Whitener, how about you, man? Welcome to the show, and how's life in Virginia?
It's pretty casual. Nice days every day. Everybody wants to play whips. It's amazing.
You sound like you're really
classic
enjoying
Danny
No,
right there.
completely BSing.
Jeez.
No, it's everybody's inside and it's just face mask.
Wow.
Yeah, nobody
Sad
likes
boy.
a face mask. All right, let's go to Johnny Wiffs here, who I don't even think he can actually get a face mask on with that hammer he's got in his lip. Johnny, what's up, man? Welcome to the show.
Thank you, man. I've been playing Wiffs for quite some time now. Not as long as these other guys, but I also would like to say that I am definitely Connor's daddy, and make no mistake about that.
Wow.
All right.
I'm not
No
gonna
mistake.
argue at all.
You know, I like how this has already turned into Let's Bash Connor. So I think this is going to be a great show. So Connor, your first chance to defend yourself. Welcome to the show. What's going on?
Not much. Just ready to finally get out there and play some whips, hopefully this year. But yeah, I'm Connor. I've been playing since I was like 12. I actually have 2 MVPs, Red. One of which I beat you out for. So that being said, yeah, I'm ready to go.
Wow. Can you tell us a little bit about your background there, pal?
It's Johnny in a blue M&M costume because he is indeed my daddy.
And how'd you get that?
I can't tell you.
That's fair.
It's a lion sack. What a
I
scum.
have a long list of a whole album of Johnny Wiffs photos, actually.
Well, I think that's a great pick. It's funny because Johnny was actually showing me some baby pics earlier, so I guess it's a good theme for this team right now.
Yeah, he was a hot baby.
Connor, I want to point out that you're wearing an MAW sweatshirt. That's going to be the first topic for us to start with today. You all play in MAW, which is the Mid-Atlantic Wiffle Ball League, a fantastic fast pitch league that's been dominating fast pitch in the East Coast for a couple years now, especially since the departure of Palisades and since Palisades kind of taken a downturn. So why don't you guys still talk about one at a time how it's like to play on a different team in MAW and how fast pitch is a little different than yard, obviously. Connor, we'll start with you since you're wearing the nice gray sweatshirt, which I kind of really want one right now.
All right. Yeah, it's nice getting, it's nice playing with like a different group of guys in each format, in my opinion. But it's also nice because I get to beat up on these guys all year and then also get to play with them at the same time. But, whoa, brain just stopped working.
Very common.
Yeah. No, it's great, man. I like it. I don't know what the question was. I'm already out of it.
We're just talking about how you like playing at MAW. All right, we'll pass on Connor for now. We'll move to somewhere else. Connor already doing what I told him not to do, moving his phone. Now he's out of sync. It's just so annoying. We'll go to Johnny Wiffs here real quick. Johnny, I don't think you've played in MAW that long because I think we're a Palisades guy to start. So talk a little bit about MAW.
Yeah, so I played, I think it was 1 tournament last year, I believe. I'm not too sure. No, I played a couple last year. We just missed the brink of qualifying. That's all right. But we did indeed end up winning the winter tournament. And honestly, I like how MAW runs as a tournament format. It's a lot more fun, a lot more efficient. I love the league play and all that, don't get me wrong, but I think I'd rather do tournaments once or twice a month and move on from there.
Yeah, I think we all agree that, when it comes to fast pitch, sometimes less is more. And when you, at least if you want to do more, you want it to mean something because you're playing in a big tournament that has a climax at the end of the day, as opposed to kind of just going through the 8, 9, 10 weeks of the season just to then get to a playoff to get to a championship, which, by the way, I believe had no prize fund, but that's for another topic for another day.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, that's.
We'll move on to Red now. Red, last time I checked, you're all over the MAW social media landscape between pitching, between hitting. You're an animal. So let's talk about some of your successes in MAW so far in your career.
Well, last year was my second year. Didn't go as well as it did my first year. Kind of regressed a little bit on both pitching and hitting, but that was due to some laziness on my end, not getting as good as I should in practicing. But it's an awesome time out there. I mean, I love playing with these guys. Like how you said before, we play together in yard, but in Mid-Atlantic, it's pretty fun competing against each other. And then when we come together for yard, we're still good friends, and we just get to talk shit about like that one home run we might have hit off each other, and there's a couple big hits, and it's all fun and games. Like we all love each other still. Connor, I mean, cut these two off of his Mid-Atlantic team. I don't know if you knew that, food.
Manager of the year.
I did not.
Manager of the year.
And here we are now, actually playing yard. I actually had to broker an agreement between Danny and Connor because they both refused to talk to each other. I had to slowly bring them together and tell them to get the fuck over it, so my yard team would still be intact.
I was like, this is the kind of drama that sometimes makes your team even better because now you're so angry at each other.
100%.
It's like you want to be the person that wins it for your team just so you can talk shit.
Exactly. And you don't want to be the one to strike out or make an error because you're gonna hear about it.
No, I bat last every game, and it's for a good reason because I'm bad.
Yep.
Well, Whitener, why don't we elaborate a little bit more about that? Why are you so bad?
Well, according to that Monco guy, big try hard. So that kind of just dampens me a little bit in the Wiffs world. I'm bad because my arm's terrible and I can't get through 2 games, but we're gonna stride it out.
What's your MAW experience looking like, and what are you looking forward to most in 2020 if you do play?
Beating Earl.
Yeah, let's fucking go, dude.
Honestly, every time that we play them, beating Earl. That's honestly all I'm doing.
So let me ask you guys a question. So in MAW, right, you're on different teams, right? And Red, your team is Earl in MAW Fast Pitch. Yet you're all playing together under Earl.
No, my team's Juggernauts.
Oh, you're doing Juggernauts. My mistake.
Connor is Earl.
My mistake. You're right. Connor is Earl. Well, this is why people want to beat you. So my apologies. But anyway, so the point is, like, you're all on different teams, but why Earl? Why would you want to take the name of Earl and then play under that name for 2020 as opposed to coming up with something different in yard? Connor, I guess since it's your team name, why don't you tell us about it?
I mean, I've been Earl since, 2017, and I mean, I don't know if it's a PG show or not, but yeah, I smoke a lot of wax and stuff, so that translates to oil, and maybe some other guys on the team might get high, maybe they don't, we don't know, but yeah, we just stuck with it. It's a sick logo, it's a great color scheme, and I just figured keep going with it.
I mean, I guess those are totally fair arguments, but I mean, I feel like at some point, guys who want to face you in fast pitch, they're like, wait a minute, I'm beating my team. Like, I feel like I'd be confused. Johnny, what are your thoughts on playing under the name Earl for yard?
I don't really have a say because I might get kicked off the team again.
Yeah, he won't be there anyway.
But Connor's a dog shit bum. That's the only thing I can say about that.
Manager of the year.
Great. Manager of the year. Congratulations. You cut some of your friends from a team, and you hate to see it. Red, your thoughts. Since you're the Juggernauts, why didn't you guys – well, first of all, why is Connor the captain of this team that you had to take his name? Why not the Juggernauts?
Well, originally they had their fast pitch team. They were all on the same team, so it was 3 Earl already. So they already had jerseys. Connor had another one, so it was like, well, why not be Earl? Like, the team name doesn't matter to me at all. I just want to get out there and just kick some ass, and that's the least of the team name is like the most minor of any issues. I don't care what I'm playing under; it doesn't matter.
There's plenty more internal issues in the team.
Well, I appreciate you saying that.
There's a lot of other things going on in this team that you need to do. The team name is whatever. You fucking come back next year as a scumlords. It doesn't matter.
I appreciate that you talk about how it's more the game is more important than what you're wearing. So it's really just like about the competition. So that's a really cool point. Yeah, Whitener, last thoughts here about MAW and how you're playing under Earl, or really, like, do you even like Connor?
He's got his ups and downs. He's nice to talk to, on the other side of a phone.
Wow. So you don't FaceTime each other? Is that what you're trying to say?
Sometimes.
Is this the only time you get to see his face?
Nah,
Not
Dan.
necessarily.
I called Dan the other week. I knew he wanted to see me.
That's fair.
Yeah. I thought
No,
of
you guys
Wiffs
are a
smells
fun
like
team.
Connor.
I know that whether we play, for me, if I play against you as a total team or when I play against you as individually, we always have a lot of fun, which is good because I feel like we want to win the game, so we're super intense, but there's a fun way of being intense. And I think you guys all have that. I feel like I have that. So when we play each other, it'll be a lot of fun. I know, Red, when I faced you with, I think it was Gino, was your other guy?
I was just about to bring that up.
Like,
too,
that game
man.
was sick. And I was, like, so mad that we lost, but I was, like, happy that it was to you, which is, like, kind of sad.
No,
but,
you
like,
weren't.
That's
No one likes
because I know
losing
that
a rank.
Red's
Get
not a
the
dick,
fuck
so
out.
it's, like, worth
No
it
one
to
likes
lose
losing a
to a
rank.
good guy, I guess,
Right about that.
Listen, when you do enough losing, you'd rather lose to guys like Red than, guys like you. Please. I
Yeah,
don't wanna
but
lose to you.
Food, what about that 13-run first inning
You
Red and I
also
had?
don't want to lose to
Let's not talk.
Rob, though. That's one person you don't want to.
Yeah,
Fucking Bob.
that's fair.
Nobody.
Yeah,
wants to
yeah.
lose
Can
to
we
Bob.
bring up the
miserable
one
guy.
time me and
Sad
Dan
guy.
scored 13 runs off you guys in one inning?
Yeah.
And you thought we played 2 innings because we batted for so long?
Yeah, that was bad. It's funny. I've had so many of those types of games in my career that it's amazing that one still sticks out right here.
Dude,
Like
that
it
one
happened
was
yesterday.
that one was insane because I think we got it wasn't even like we were hitting home runs. It was just
We
all
got
singles.
one out.
No, you just doubled me and singled me to death, or not me. I don't even. It was just. It was bad. It was bad. So that's a good transition to Yard, I guess. Continue to talk about how bad my team is now. So let's talk more about 2020 specifically. If we have Yard, I'm optimistic that we're going to play some type of Yard this year, whether it's just 1 or 2 events or just have the big open in August. So let's talk briefly about your 2020 expectations coming together. What do each of you bring to ERL in Yard League? We'll start with Johnny Wiffs this time.
Well, we all
Attendance.
can pitch and we all can hit. Yeah, I got to show up.
Johnny doesn't know what Earl Yard is.
I got to show up to the events. That's the bottom line. But honestly, like I said, Connor's a dog shit bum, and I'm very happy. The biggest step I've taken this year was not playing with Phil, because Phil is the biggest dog shit bum in the history of fucking Wiffs. And I'm so glad I'm not playing with that guy again.
Wow.
No wonder you know.
I tell you, that's like the second time in the last week that Phil's gotten bashed on a show. He did Rob did it the other day on the primetime rundown. So, Phil, if you're listening, probably not, because I don't think he knows how to use Zoom. That might be a little above his pay grade. But
I don't think they have it on Android.
My last
touche. Whitener, let's get you in here. What are you going to bring to Yard League this year? Because you're not bad. You are a good player. So what is it that you're really going to contribute to the team?
Don't give some bullshit answer, Dan.
I don't know what to say. I'm a little stuck here. I can pitch. That's all I'm good for.
Have you really worked on any specific pitches like over the offseason? Is there a specific part of your game that you want to maybe get better besides throwing that same super curve, 80% of the time?
Hit the zone.
Hit the zone.
Please, Dan, hit the zone.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
I don't have a knuckleball. I'm like,
Listen,
terrible.
Maybe don't throw that super curve at a guy's tits with bases loaded at 2 outs.
Well, maybe somebody shouldn't have been bitching about his finger being all
I
cut
wasn't
up.
bitching about my finger.
And then
We
it gets
said
cold, and then
coming into
awful
that
fucking
game,
wind.
You
going
throw
into that inning.
75. You shouldn't need a changeup.
throw
Who,
those
me?
balls.
No, Red. He throws
Oh,
75.
you bitched at me because I threw too slow.
You
Bottom
do throw
line
too
is-
slow.
You do throw too slow.
Johnny wants to get in here. This is great. I'm just going to sit back.
Yeah.
You guys will run the show
The
yourself.
bottom
This is
line is-
fantastic.
We all can throw. We all can hit. Except for Connor, because he's a dog shit bum. I can't emphasize it enough. But
Master of the year.
if we don't win this year, it's a damn shame. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, that's fair. You guys are probably, I would say, one of the favorites, if not, definitely finish top 4 or 5 in the region, maybe even top 3, depending on what teams like the Enemy and 10 Run Rule and State of Mind are going to look like this year. I think you're right up there with them. In fact, I think as a 4-man, you guys could probably beat anybody. Connor, why did you put this team together, and why did you kind of take the initiative here?
Wait, Connor put this team together?
I don't know. I don't know if I put the team together, but
me and Dan kind of pulled this one together.
Yeah,
I would say
yeah.
Dan kind of orchestrated this.
That's fair. I'm only saying that because, you still operating under the name Earl, so that's why I kind of assumed. But
We just let Connor have a little piece of it since he doesn't
that's cute.
contribute
He
that much.
got the name.
they don't let me pitch, so
I was
No.
trying.
I get.
well, that's good.
Food. The
Yeah.
way this came together was I was still trying to keep me, BA, and Dan, but then Dan wanted to play with Johnny, and then they were playing all together in fast pitch together. So That's
Yeah,
how
just
we.
kinda
That's how this came
happened.
about. Connor was just a tag along, and we let him have the name too.
That's
Oh,
what
that's
they said.
adorable. So they felt bad for you, Connor. So they let you keep Earl and then brought you, made you a part of the team.
Right.
This is adorable stuff. This is
Yeah.
this is
Yep.
breaking news for me. This
Sure.
is great.
Whatever they say, I don't care. I'm on the team, you know. Fuck.
Well, I'll ask you guys a final question. If the Open was, let's say today is, the Thursday before the Open, and let's say, forget about like where you were in the top 16. What is your realistic expectation for finishing in the Open this year?
Win.
Yeah, championship. If you're
Win.
not going there looking to win the
Oh, yeah,
championship,
no.
there's no point.
Win.
After
Are you
No
talking
reason we
about
can't.
Players Cup, or the actual
No,
thing?
no.
No,
There's no
actual
reason
thing.
There's
Fuck
no
the
reason
Players
we
Cup.
can't beat anyone there. It's
Yeah,
literally
Yeah,
just
the Players
after our
Cup.
run last year, I feel like if we have
Yeah.
all four of us, especially two, just another big bat and Johnny, and then another arm too, so we could even mix in like a 3-pitcher rotation. I think we're gonna be a lot tougher. And yeah, we definitely know we could have potentially made a run to the finals last year. So hopefully this is the year if we do end up playing.
Fuck
Gonna
no.
have more fresh bodies. And that's
Yeah,
what
listen,
you
when
need
you
for
have
Sunday.
when you have four guys, you can stay fresh because you can keep one guy out of the field and you can kind of get
Yeah.
some blows and some breathers and
Yeah, and I have the body of a 90-year-old man, and no one wants to see Dan in the outfield. So
Connor,
No.
the
both
two-man
accurate
now we
tournament.
can put Johnny out there.
The two-man tournament we had where me and Connor made the finals, the dude looked like he was about to die. Like, you can't play a two-man with Connor. He needs the
Yes.
four. He looks like he's like dying on the side
I
of the
think
street.
I had the only extra base hit in that finals game. Oh wait, no, you hit a home run eventually. No,
Connor does get
either-
that like really like flushed red
Dude, he
face
looks
thing going on.
mange.
The
Like,
I
he
look
looks
like
like-
I'm gonna die. Yeah.
He looks like a manged animal.
The dude almost died in fast pitch nationals 2 years ago. He's sitting on
Oh
the
my
corner, I was
god,
like,
that was terrible too. I was on his team for that, and he looked.
Yeah, and my muscles were twitching in Texas this year Saturday night.
I
Like they were
gave
just
him like
convulsing
fucking
on the
mortar.
couch.
Well,
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys convincing me that I should change the show from the Let's Go Sunday Presents Around the Horn to Let's Go Sunday Presents Let's Talk all kinds of shit about Connor because he's a dog shit bum.
I'm
So
in.
this
I'm
is
all for
very
it. I'm
exciting
against
stuff. I love
it.
it.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
nasty.
I'm
that's
actually on
what
the
we
phone with
signed up
Tina
for.
Like a
5 minutes
moth
ago
to a
to get a new
flame,
logo.
dude.
Fuck
Nice.
Phil.
So, well, I'm glad you said that because this is the next topic I want to talk about. So, I would imagine that you guys believe that the teams you need to beat to get to the championship this year are the enemy, are teams like 10 Run Rule and whatever. Who are some other players or teams that you're kind of want to keep your eye out for to make sure that you don't slip up and let them, get a quick one on you?
The Dark
Good job,
Knights.
Peter.
Yes, the Dark Knights.
Ah,
got
let's talk
me.
about the Dark Knights.
They're all boys, like they're all friends, and they all play like very tough every time. They're never gonna. They can sneak up and beat anyone, and like I won't be surprised if they win a few events this year or next year.
Let
I
me.
agree.
I'm
You're
gonna
taking
say
the next
something.
step.
We have the Dark Knight Killer and Dan Whitener. I'm not afraid of them at all. He absolutely owns them. So I'm not too afraid
Screwballs
of them.
too. You can never
Well,
sleep on screwballs.
Screwballs,
Nah, man.
screwballs are a
I-
big one. And
I
any
own
team
them.
Vanus is on, man. He always
Yeah.
scares me. He always rakes me too. So like,
Yeah, he always gets.
oh,
us
and
back.
suspects. I mean, he got my
Yeah,
number
because we
really well.
lost
Can't
to
forget
him.
about that.
And they got
Bets.
my number really well too. They hit the shit out of me.
Johnny, you giving yourself an optometry exam while we're doing here? What are you doing here?
No, I was a little upset.
He's looking
because
for
the
a
only-
team to talk about.
Yeah. No, the only reason why I said the Dark Knights is because I had Didio who shows up fucking 20 hours late to the event. And this is when I was actually showing up. So let's not get that twisted.
I appreciate
So I
the
actually
disclaimer.
showed up.
When was this?
Shut your fucking mouth. I actually
You weren't
showed
even
up
playing yard.
and fucking Didio pitches the first game of Sunday. And Phil was just nowhere to be found. He was there, but he was like a fucking zombie because the guy couldn't hit shit if he fucking fell off a boat. So
I
he's
wonder
fucking
why.
garbage. He's garbage. Fuck Phil. He's the reason why we lost that. That's
I'm
all.
sorry, I just
No,
love
I
the
am joking.
blatant
Dark
Phil bashing
Knights
going on.
are a
It's nice.
sneaky team, man. If you sleep on them, they
Yeah.
scrap you. They
Who's
scrap
that?
you.
Who is that you just said? Sorry.
Dark Knights. I was
Dark
joking.
Knights,
I mean,
definitely.
Whitener does hit them really well, but yeah, they are a scrappy ass team, dude.
Yeah, they're a 5-man team, but they do everything right. They field, they can hit, they can pitch, and they have energy. And like you need all four of those
Yeah.
things.
And you know,
like,
I've loved to see their come up too. Like
Mhm.
they were not good when they first came, and like
Mhm.
they have progressively like they've hit better milestones every single year. Like they finally won a tournament. Like they're getting there, and it's actually pretty fun to watch. Like guys actually as a team get better.
I think if we ever did the first ever GSWL 30 for 30, it would have to be on the Dark Knights and their rise to stardom, really. I mean, first of all, their social media presence is fantastic. They're great dudes. And, they're just random guys that found out about us and were like, wow, we suck. But they worked and they got better and they improved.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't complain. They didn't say, oh, this
Yeah.
is too hard for us. They got better, which we can all say that about us. I mean, Red, I remember the first time you came down, we were like, oh my God, is Sarno's kids going to be any good? And like, you were all right, but then all of a sudden you just like shut up like, oh my God.
Yeah, my first tournament, I struck out every time except for 2 times.
There you go. So you
And then I won an MVP a couple years later.
See, that's the progression. That's what we're looking for.
It's fun.
Progress.
Any other thoughts about 2020? Optimism about hopefully playing, or anybody else you want to give a shout out to from either the New York region or even the Mass region, or anybody around the country that plays yard?
I say if all these tournaments, nothing goes down, we got to have one at a destination one. We're somewhere where it's nice and warm and have a sick yard tourney. Whether it's October or whatever, do it way down the road, but we still got to have at least 1 yard tournament. Like it's one of my favorite tournaments.
Nice. What is that, Johnny?
Yard open second.
Right in my backyard. Connor was lucky enough to hold this once, but he's a scumbag. So
yeah, won it.
Well, I mean, I agree with you. If we can get like an underground event going, or like something that we can still like follow rules. I know we have Coop's house out on Long Island. We could probably get 3 fields there. So worst case scenario, we could probably do something if he's interested. I know that the Dark Knights have already inquired about playing backyard games because they're looking to get some points. And I was like, I can't let you guys play for points, but I can let you play. Obviously, I'm not you can't have fun. So I'm glad they want to play. Guys have been practicing, and I'm sure you guys are trying to get out there and throw the ball around, hit the ball around. And except Connor, this is why you're bad, because you don't practice, you don't put in the time, you don't put in the work.
No, I'm gonna come out ice cold. I'm gonna come out ice cold, shit the bed for the first 3 months, and then hit big home runs when it matters. It's fine.
He'll let Jordan carry him.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Jordan and Deb blow out their arms, and then I'll probably try and go out there and throw a few innings. Realize I can't anymore.
Dude, you keep Deb safe, man. Keep his arm safe. He's a hot guy. That's where we should transition to next, is to how hot Deb is.
I was saying, let's talk about attractive whifflers now. Great set. Obviously, Red thinks Deb is hot. Personally, I think Johnny Wiffs might be one of the most attractive men, not only Wiffs, but in the state of New Jersey, which I guess isn't saying too much because you have Connor in the same state.
You just gave me a boner.
Wow. Amazing. I'm so happy I can do that for you. My pleasure. So who else? We joke around about hotness, but obviously there's some good looking dudes.
Young Taco, dude.
Oh yeah, Young.
Can we go towards young Taco? Because that would have been the hottest guy in the league.
Young Venus too is pretty hot.
Yeah.
Wow. That's true. We've seen those pics of Young Taco and Young Venus. Young Taco is a stud.
True,
yeah.
I agree. Whitener, what about you,
He looks like a more toned Tom Polly.
Tom Polly, also good looking dude.
Very hot.
I agree.
To that point.
Yes.
Me, Dev, and Tom Polly have an underwear shoot waiting for us, but no one wants to shoot it for us. We need someone to shoot it.
Wow.
And all the screwballs are hot guys.
All right, I just put it down on the counter. So next show of Around the Horn will be Johnny, Tom, and just them being naked during the whole time. So that's good.
Don't tempt me because I'll do it right away.
You would.
That's good. Now let's transition. We all know Phil is hideous looking. So who else is like the ugliest guys in the league?
Gerard.
Connor.
Definitely G, I agree.
Connor definitely deserves to be up there.
Gerard and Phil are the 2 biggest eyesores of the league.
Yeah. Well, was it somebody in this room that referred to Phil as a thumb? Or I'm sorry, a big toe?
Yes, you know the thumb thumbs from the Spy Kids movie? Phil kind of just looks like one of those. Like, he just got a big fucking thumb for a head. He's got a thumb body, thumb arms, and thumb leg. He's just a fucking, like, glob of whatever on, like, 4 fucking stilts.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair.
He dresses like Josh from Drake and Josh.
Well, he aspires. That's his life, bro. He wishes he was.
Yeah, but he smells way fucking worse.
Well, I heard he just finally left his house for the first time during quarantine the other day to get beer.
Phil doesn't have a house.
So that's true. He
just
lives
in beer.
Lives in a cardboard box.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so let's transition now, since we just joked about Phil finally leaving his house during quarantine. We're obviously all stuck here. Hopefully over the next few weeks, things will be opening up. Red, I can't speak for how things are in PA, but in New York, it's not really looking great. Upstate's going to maybe open up a little bit. New York City definitely will probably never open ever again. Who knows what's going on. But, like, what's something you guys have done in quarantine to kind of just keep your mind active, or just, like, something you've enjoyed doing that you otherwise wouldn't have had time to do this? Anybody could start, or I could pick somebody. I guess I'll pick Red.
Oh, jeez. Well, in my free time, I play a lot of World of Warcraft. That's quarantine's been pretty much how I'd be living regular life. I sit home, play video games all day. I mean, I've been doing some yard work, a little bit of Wiffs practice. I got together with the Will kids, and we did a little tournament. And we might be doing a little 1v1 type deal this weekend as well, which will be pretty fun.
That is very exciting.
We'll get Gino down as well, so we'll have some good competition.
Joseph?
Yes,
Oh,
Gino
that's exciting.
Joseph.
Very nice. Very nice.
And play with my dogs.
Well, that's definitely fun. And I know you're, I don't know how, not that much of a new homeowner, but fairly new homeowner. So congratulations to you.
A little over a year, yeah.
Very nice.
This is my nest, if you can see that. Look at that.
Oh, that's cool. That's sick. Nice.
I get married in 4 months.
God willing, right? I mean, hasn't been postponed or anything, or?
No, we're still good so far. Hopefully.
Nice. No, I meant like the venue, not obviously Friction Beach.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I know what you mean.
Good.
Yeah. As of now, we're good.
Johnny, besides being very attractive and probably having the best lower body in Wiffs, what have you been doing during quarantine?
Well, I mean, like Red said, I've just been playing a lot of video games. I just started landscaping again because we got to make money somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And fuck Phil. And I've been sending out a lot of Weenie Wiggle videos. So if you want them, add me on Snap. All the Whip guys have it. If you want it, you got it. And fuck Phil again.
Any specific video games that you've played a lot of?
I've actually really started playing Warzone a lot. It's actually pretty good.
Nice. Well, I would like to play as well. Do you have Xbox, PS4? What do you got? Computer?
Xbox.
Xbox. Wow. Hear that, Connor?
Ew.
Xbox. Let's
Your
go.
parents didn't love you.
Oh, that is
Connor,
such garbage.
Connor, you have the same system as Phil. You have the same system as
And
Phil.
G has it
That's
now
not
too.
fair.
Don't
Oh,
forget
wow.
about that.
Yeah, but it took them 9 years to fucking be able to pay for it. It doesn't count.
Wow.
At
Connor,
least
what
I got
about
the
you?
right
What have you
thing.
been doing during quarantine besides being a slumlord?
Scumlord. I've pretty much just been binge watching Friday Night Lights for the 3rd time ever, and playing a lot of Fortnite, and receiving Johnny Weenie videos and jerking off a bit. That's about it.
That's weird. I peeped the red denim short picture as your background now. Probably one of the all-time best picks
Yeah.
anybody has ever taken in the history
Yes,
of
that
picks.
was okay. Yeah.
He's
let me
very
give some-
pale.
Let me give some context.
Please, we want
that was-
context.
Please elaborate.
So, this was on my street down the road. Some of my best friends that lived down there, they were the cheerleaders. So we had a jorts themed party, and when I was creating my jorts, I said, when I squat down, I want my balls to hang out.
Hell
So
yeah.
I didn't practice it or anything, but later on in the night, I was like squatting down, talking to one of my friends, and she was able to see my balls right there. So it
Wait,
worked
is
out
one of your
perfect.
nuts hanging out? I'm trying to see.
Not in that picture, but then I cut.
He's not squatting down enough.
But in that picture, I cut another pair for my dog. That's Cleo. Put jorts on her, and she later shit in her jorts. She got so hammered.
That's just fucking animal
That
abuse.
is fantastic. Hey, Whitener, you've been pretty quiet most of the show, so let's get you back involved here. What's something you've been doing? What's something you've been doing during quarantine?
A lot of work.
Being
Weekends consist of drinking. What was that, Connor? What was that big guy?
Being sad.
Yeah, being sad. What's that guy?
Nah, no need to be sad, man.
Sad dog.
No whiffs in life, and
The
it's
whiffs don't
just
suck.
breaking my heart.
Well, what's going on in Virginia? I feel like that's one state I honestly don't really care about. But like, what's going on down there in terms of quarantine and restrictions?
I mean, it's still pretty much all takeout. Golf courses are
Actually,
open.
wait a minute. Didn't your state have people storm the Capitol, or is that a different state?
I could not tell
Anybody
you.
else? Anybody else? I don't remember. I could be wrong.
Not
I thought it was
sure.
somebody. I thought it was Virginia. It might have been West Virginia. I don't know. They all kind of look the same. Hate to see it. Well, that's cool. Is anybody here considered an essential worker?
Oh, I'm essential.
For some reason I'm working. Oh yeah, I am working. I probably should.
We're
have said that.
Yeah,
essential.
I
okay?
work for a construction
We're all
company, so
essential.
we've been deemed kind of essential. We're allowed
Yeah,
to
I'm
go
not
back to work.
important, but I'm essential. If that makes
Yeah.
sense.
And
That's
also, the one job site I'm on is in West Virginia, and I mean, you know how they are. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, please. I mean, we were just talking before. I
Funny
was
that-
golfing the other day, and like nobody's wearing a mask. It's like I don't know. I just feel like just wear it anyway. Who cares? Like it's whatever. But it doesn't seem like most people are really
Islands.
adhering. Johnny, you
Everyone
want
in
to
the
hop in?
groceries, yeah, everyone in the grocery stores. There's like a million people on the ones by ours. No one cares anymore.
Yeah,
Just
it's
fucking open it up.
yeah. I know the beach by me the other day was crowded. Like it's people are gonna go out. It's what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
See.
Bunch of dog shit bums. breaking the
What would you?
rules.
What's one thing that you miss from quarantine that you are looking forward to doing after quarantine?
Playing
Gambling.
whiffs.
And
Whiffs,
whiffs.
yeah.
Besides whiffs.
Gambling on.
We all know we want to
gambling-
play whiffs. Yeah.
Gambling,
I wanna be at the
gambling.
crack
Connor
table.
said gambling.
Yeah, I want the first
Sports
night
gambling.
out of quarantine. I want whiffs, booze, casino, strip
The
club.
casino is gonna be fucked after this is all over. You're gonna have to wear a
That's
mask.
the order,
Oh, I
guys.
know. Yeah, you definitely have to.
I'm not going to the
Booze
casino
and
until I
whiffs.
can go in there normally.
Wow.
I think an
That's
AC
great for
trip
the,
is
that's
well
great
in
for the
order.
casino, Connor.
Hey,
No,
AC for my
that's terrible
bachelor
for them.
party,
They take
guys.
all my
If
money.
it's open, we're going to AC for my bachelor party, and you're on. But
Take out my
AC
notepad
is
again.
definitely
Write
in order.
that down.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'll bring my dick.
I think I
Yeah.
gave it a weekend. It's there's a yard tournament the day after, I think, on the Sunday.
Oh boy.
Aggressive.
Oh, dude.
I like it. Wow. If there's any more of an excuse for Johnny Wiffs not to show up at an event, it's definitely a weekend at AC
Yeah.
prior to his Sunday yard event in New York.
Hold on. I have no excuses. I have plenty of people that I can just sleep in the car with up on the way there.
That's a
That's
very
all I'm
good point.
saying.
Very good point. Well, yeah, here you go, Whitener, volunteering. All right, guys. Well, listen, again, I want to thank you guys for being on the show. We'll talk about a couple more things real quick, but I want to thank you for being on the show. I want to thank some of our sponsors real quick. I want to thank guys like Brian DiNapoli and Funk Eye Apparel for providing a lot of our clothing.
Yep.
I want to
He
thank
makes the ERL jerseys.
Huh?
I said he makes the ERL jerseys.
Yes, he does. He does a
That was the
fantastic
man.
job. First of all, your
Great
jerseys
product.
are sick. They're fantastic. So I love
Great
them.
product. Was the
Thanks to Babs Big Flies for making the new edition of these wood yard bats that we've all been using. Thanks to Golden Stick, obviously, for us playing there. Thanks to MAW for providing a fantastic fast pitch format for everyone to play in. And anybody else, thanks to Moonshot, thanks to Wiffle, thanks to anybody else who helps us, make Wiffs great again. So last topic, I'll do a quick poll. I like doing these on the show. Do a quick poll real quick, and I'm not talking about a stripper poll. I know Connor loves soda. A lot of us love soda. Coke or Pepsi, your thoughts?
Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola all day. Here's 5 of them.
That's 2 Cokes. Johnny?
I would prefer Coke, but in the end, I don't really give a fuck
That's
which one I get. But I'd rather have Coke.
Whitener?
I'm not a big soda drinker either.
But
I don't
Coke.
like either one. I go
Okay.
for a nice
You're
cold
off
Mountain
the
Dew.
team again.
Mountain Dew.
Off the team.
Wow.
Ice
Mountain Dew
cold
is going out of
Mountain Dew.
production in like June or July, so you better get them while they're hot now.
What the fuck
Oh,
do
that's
you mean?
okay. Fully
Yeah,
stocked.
they
baby.
and I saw some signs saying that they
It's a
recognize
lie.
how maybe it might not have been all Mountain Dew,
posted
like
that
some
on the
specific
chat.
line
You
they
know.
have.
Nah, it's
It's a lie.
staying around, baby.
Everything's a scam.
There's no way Mountain Dew's
Fucking
going.
Now, a couple of you
Same.
from Jersey, Red, I don't know if they have the same problem in PA. Connor, I know this is a topic that really upsets you. Taylor ham or pork roll, pal?
I'm really upset, and I almost feel disrespected that you asked me this. But it's pork roll. I don't care what anyone says. It's pork roll. Cut the shit. It's not Taylor ham. Taylor ham's the brand. The fucking
Okay,
meat
yeah.
stuff called pork roll. Everyone that thinks it's fucking Taylor ham can eat shit.
Right.
Yeah, I used to live in Jersey, and I could second that too. It is
There we go.
100% pork roll.
Johnny definitely wants to get involved here.
Yes, I do, because Connor's right. It is the brand. Taylor ham is the brand. It is called pork roll. But who the fuck goes there and says pork roll, egg and cheese? No one.
Me, every time. You say it's Taylor ham.
Taylor ham, egg and
Hey,
cheese.
is it a tissue or Kleenex? What is it, Johnny?
It's
Pork
a
roll?
tissue, but
See? Look at
no,
that.
no, yes, I'm not.
What the
disagreeing.
brands?
The tissue. What?
I'm not disagreeing, but up in North Jersey, you say Taylor ham, egg and cheese. If you say pork roll, the people are like, "What the fuck are you saying?" When
Pork
you go
roll
down
just rolls
south
off
to
the
the
tongue
beach,
better.
you say pork roll, and they get it. If you say Taylor ham, they're like, "What?"
You're the dog shit bomb here, Johnny. Pork
See,
roll.
I agree. I
rolls
think
off the tongue 10
pork
times
roll
better.
doesn't roll off very nice. I think to me a Taylor
Pork
ham,
roll,
egg,
egg
and
and
cheese
cheese.
goes.
Taylor ham, egg and cheese. Now you're saying no pork roll, egg and cheese. Boom.
Wow. I mean, I know we had this conversation with the
You're
Huckleberries
off the
last
team
week.
again too, Johnny.
Bro, you
Hey.
know what? You might as well play with Phil and G.
Yeah,
All right,
honestly. I mean, I say
Well,
Taylor
you
ham
heard it here
sometimes.
first, folks. Earl is done for 2020 over the pork roll and Taylor ham fiasco.
No,
Unbelievable.
And the coach, yeah, and we're adding Devin.
Wow.
Again.
Get replaced by
You're
Dev.
getting replaced by Devin again.
You don't even run the team, Connor. You don't have
That's
that kind of
I mean,
power.
hey, my franchise.
It will just
all
be
right.
the C notes.
Well, so let's move on now. I appreciate your enthusiasm. It's funny because in New York, I couldn't think of something that like me and my friends say about the same thing, but we say it differently. Our argument is like egg sandwiches or bacon, egg, and cheese. Like when I go to a deli, I say, "Can I get an egg sandwich?" Not like, "Can I get a bacon, egg, and cheese?" Because to me,
How
it's
do
an
they
egg
know what
sandwich,
goes
and
with
then I'm getting stuff on it. I don't say, "Can I get a bacon, egg, and cheese?"
That is. It's like
Like,
in
on
pizza
what?
with a topping.
Well, what meat are you gonna get on it if you say
Well, it
bacon?
could be a
egg?
sausage, egg, and
What if they
cheese.
put
It could be a
sausage
Taylor
on it?
ham, egg, and cheese. Could
Fucking
be
what if they
turkey
just put-
bacon.
Yeah, what
So
if they
you don't
put
have a
fucking-
preference?
Maybe I'm not
Is it
getting
just
meat. Maybe
like-
I'm just getting egg and cheese.
Are you just an animal who just
like you
whatever meat?
People aren't gonna fucking read your mind. Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, that's why they say, "What do you want on it?"
Exactly. So
Well, then
I
why
say,
don't you
I'm
just
making an egg
tell 'em
sandwich.
bacon,
Why
egg,
don't you
and
just
cheese?
tell them right at the gate? Hey, I want a pork roll, egg, and cheese. There it is.
Here it is.
Pork roll, egg, and cheese on a fucking everything. Game
Connor,
over. There it
go
is.
sip some Coca-Cola. I
No,
think you need to calm down a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I-
another thing, Connor. If you're getting on the bagel, you can go fuck yourself. You gotta get on a roll.
No, well, yeah, a fucking Kaiser, a fucking yeah.
It's got to be
usually
a Kaiser roll.
Yeah, Kaiser roll all day.
Bagel once in a while is okay, but it's got to be.
That's what I'm
scooped out.
saying. If I'm like really hungry, I'll get it on a bagel. Like if I want a bagel too, and I'm like really confused, which is like very often.
You're always confused.
I know. I don't know
Well,
what's going on. I'm
You
sorry.
know, last point today actually when I went to the deli, I didn't say either of those things. Because I didn't really want an egg sandwich. I just was like, I need coffee because I ran out of coffee in the house. So I went in there and I was like, you know what? Let me get 2 eggs, bacon, cheese on a roll, pepper, ketchup. I just said the whole order, and she was like, wait, what? And she like couldn't process it all. It's too much information.
I can't
You gotta
process.
keep it simple.
I mean,
Egg
I'm
sandwich.
drunk, but
What would you like on it? Bacon, egg, and cheese. How do you want your eggs? Scrambled. Okay,
No,
bye.
but when you say
You
pork
get
roll, egg, and
scrambled
cheese,
on it?
oh, there. You can't
Sometimes.
fuck that up. Pork roll, egg, and cheese, salt, pepper, ketchup. Boom.
Well, that's why you're gonna have a heart attack at age 45. Hate to say it.
No, like 28 he's gonna.
My life expectancy is like 42.
Yeah, well, we'll all be here for you, Connor, if and when that does happen, because we love you.
Yeah,
So I want to thank you guys
do
again for being on the show. Let's go around one more time. Quick shout out. Anything you want to say, get off your chest one last time. I know a lot of people are going to say fuck Phil and fuck G, but maybe we can say something else. But it's okay if you want to say that again. Let's start with Whitener and work our way back around.
Fuck Phil.
Incredible comment. This guy has been dynamite all night.
Like to give a shout out to Connor for kicking me off the team
Yep.
and then allowing me to play with him in yard. It's a great honor to wear
You're
the ERL
welcome. I
jersey,
know.
even though I don't know what the color is because I'm colorblind.
He thought we were green. Lime
Yeah.
green. This idiot.
Yeah, big time colorblind guy.
It's not nice.
Shout out to Johnny. He won't answer his FaceTimes anymore.
Whoa,
Relationship problems.
that's
Wow.
some bullshit. Don't fucking put that evil on me.
Wow.
Do that.
Earl conference after this.
Yeah, this is
and
great.
then shout out just Corona V for making everything shitty.
Wow. John, Whitener, I love you, but maybe you should go take a nap. You're looking very, very
Yeah,
exhausted.
I'm honestly sad now after.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
Connor,
so tired. It's
This
crazy.
is exactly
Whitener.
the energy you get in a big game too when he's.
It's okay. You guys have well balanced because we know Connor's going to be a psychopath. You need Whitener to kind of be cool, calm, and reserved. And Red and Johnny are kind of like in between. So you have a good balance on this team.
Yeah, I mean, you just kind of got to scream at Dan like 30 times to get him a little amped up, but it is what it is.
Silent assassin.
At least he's,
Silent assassin.
at least he's not wearing a bad chem jersey. So.
Yeah, I
Oof.
guess I'll throw. Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, I guess I'll throw.
Connor, what about you? Last words, pal.
Dan's the worst player on the team.
Right.
Red is also a scum lord. Johnny's a hot guy, but he's a dog shit bomb. I kicked him off the team because he never shows up, and he doesn't perform. So, I'm ready for the 2020 season. Hopefully we make it to opening day still as a team.
Yeah. And once again, Connor having that great connection in South Jersey. Gotta love everything here. Johnny, would you like to respond to Connor's outlandish statements about you?
Yeah, I'm not gonna stoop to the kid's level, but he's a fucking dog shit bum, and I'm his daddy again. But no, like I don't talk that much shit. I'll talk shit about the guys that I know and that I know can handle it because I respect everyone in the league. I love playing. And again, it's just wiffle ball, so we shouldn't be like whatever. But some guys deserve it. Rightly so, I deserve it. But on a real note, fuck Phil. Red, thank you for letting me play with you again. I'm not thanking Connor because it's not Connor. Fuck Connor. And Danny, you got to cheer up a little bit, my guy. Just a little bit. All right?
All right, Red, let's finish up with you.
I still got to talk to you. I forgot about that.
So this is your 2020 Golden Stick Yard Wiffle Ball champions right here. This is why we have some success. But
wow. That was an incredibly bold statement. And I noticed that Connor has dropped out of the show, probably for the best interest of our ratings. And people
definitely for the better. You should probably just cut him out of this whole thing.
That's fair. He was pretty useless. But I want to thank the three of you for still sticking around. I really appreciate you taking that time out of your schedule. For those of you who don't know, again, Let's Go Sunday. We're going to be on here. We'll drop every Sunday around 10 a.m. And hopefully you guys can join us next Sunday. And thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you, Food. Appreciate it, buddy.
See you, Golden Stick. See you, everybody.
Love you. Wait, can we get a little weenie wiggle?